All right, my friends, welcome to episode 140 of Prof and Dev Play Games. We're coming to you a night late because there's just so much news. We just had to wait a little bit longer to get it all out there. I'm at Prof Lazy on Twitter. He is at SummerSpeak. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why. Just so much E3 hype. We just had to contain it a little longer. Tonight we're talking.
Tell my wife that her nickname now is E3.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
E3 is the reason why we're late, so that's why her name is now E3. Let's go E3.
Yes.
You're still in crunch mode, I assume.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah.
Crunch mode, and then I was solo parent with one child this past weekend. So. Oh,
because your wife was with the other one at the museum
on vacation. Yeah. They went down to Bend, Oregon.
Oh, that's where they're at. Okay.
Yeah. Had a ton of fun. I had a great time staying home with my daughter. It was great.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But yeah, everyone just got back a little bit late last night, so it was kind of hectic.
Right.
So.
They flew?
No, they drove.
Oh, okay.
It's about a 6-hour drive.
Yeah. Well, that sounds pretty fun for your son.
Oh, he loved it. So he was not ready to be back.
Yeah. Well, this week we are talking about Nintendo getting ready for E3. Last week was Sony, and the week before was third parties. Next week will be Xbox. The week after that will be our final predictions for E3, and then we will actually be at E3. So Big N had a lot of rumors drop this week. You presented this, I don't know, like show notes or internal document that you saw that is a quote unquote leak. So why don't you tell us what's on there, and we'll kind of go through this.
Yeah. So this. Take it for what you will, is a supposed leak of an internal memo, instructions, what they plan on showing for E3, their presentation, and kind of what's their video. Kind of like a sizzle trailer that has a Dragon Ball FighterZ, FIFA, NBA 2K19, Crash Bandicoot, Octopath Traveler, and Wolfenstein 2. All of those seem plausible to me. Nothing on there is like, oh no, that would never happen. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ would probably be just the Arc Systems Works fighter that's out right now. I don't pay much attention to the Dragon Ball fighters, but that was my assumption.
Most of those either have previous versions on the Switch already or have already been announced for the Switch, so those seem pretty plausible.
Yeah. Like, who knows if this is actually real? There is a couple things on here that are, I don't know.
But it's fun to speculate.
It is fun to speculate. We know next is Smash Brothers. We know Nintendo's announced that, yes, Smash Brothers is going to be there. It's going to be a lot. Then comes some new stuff. Punch-Out, Become the Champion. Seems plausible to me that they'll do a Punch-Out game. The whole IP franchise seems ripe for putting a simple game onto Switch.
It always seemed like a miss for me that they didn't cross over Punch-Out into ARMS.
That's weird, honestly.
Yeah, I always thought Little Mac would be a character in ARMS, and that probably would have hooked a lot more people into that game.
Yeah.
But alas, no.
No. Then this other one on this list is a thing by Bandai Namco, but Metroid Prime Renegade. I don't think this is Metroid Prime 4. This could be another Metroid Prime thing.
But do you think Bandai Namco would be doing both of them?
Maybe?
I mean, I'm sure they have lots of teams. Well, also, Bandai is also working on Smash, so
yeah,
that's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff. And you also have to think, because this talks, the rumors were that Nintendo said they were going to talk about things coming out in 2018. Is everything coming out in 2018, or will they drop surprises for later?
I think they absolutely are going to have surprises, because I thought during E3 last year they said, we're going to talk mainly about 2017 or exclusively about 2017, and then you got the Metroid Prime 4 tease. So
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe this is Metroid Prime 4 and you just get a trailer this time. An actual trailer and gameplay footage. Again, it's plausible. More Splatoon 2.
That seems like a
locked. Fire Emblem. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They better.
Yeah. Well, here it names it as Memories, so I wonder if that's, if this was real. If that seems like a plausible subtitle.
I read the title on Fire Emblem Memories. Yep, that could be a Fire Emblem game. Fallout 3 Anniversary. We've already seen Bethesda do, what have they done? Doom on Switch, and now Wolf 2 on Switch.
Right.
Is it the 10th anniversary of Fallout 3?
I built my computer with you in 2009, and Fallout came out that year or the year before.
Year before, it's 2008. Yeah, this is the 10-year anniversary of Fallout 3.
Yeah, it makes
so
sense.
It's totally possible that there could be a Fallout 3 anniversary coming out. And it's old enough, it would run on the Switch fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could run on... I wouldn't be surprised if Bethesda puts out a Fallout 3 anniversary, just cross-platform for all things.
Right.
Like,
I saw a leak on, or quote-unquote leak on, I think it was PS4 Reddit today, basically saying like that they're showing that leak on that console as well. From a different source besides this one. So maybe
I think it's just a third-party cross-platform. Like,
yeah.
And they put Skyrim on Switch anyway, so...
Right. I hope they put more of their old back catalog on Switch, and I wish more companies would do the same thing, like the Arkham series or something like that. Just to have it portable. People would buy it again. Yep.
Now the weird one, which everyone's like, no way. Yoshi's Flipping Island.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like
trailer and software demo.
And Good Feel I guess I don't know who did Yoshi's Island. Woolly World. Was that a company called Good Feel? Good
Feel, video game developer. They're in Japan, and they've done a bunch of stuff for DS.
Mm-hmm.
They did Wario Land Shake It. They did Yoshi's Woolly World.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then, because the aesthetic seems similar.
And currently, well, this is Wikipedia, but basically, there's a Yoshi game for Nintendo Switch this year, is the rumor from Wikipedia.
Well, Nintendo had announced that, actually.
Okay.
When they showed footage from this exact game
last year. You're right. It was that shooty thing, right? Like, you could, like... It was not shooty. It's 2D platform, but you could like aim your eggs into the screen, and like knock things down or do other things.
Yeah, and I feel like you could come back and forth, kind of like Mutant Mud's, like foreground, background.
Yeah,
which involved, I think, flipping through the.
Oh my god, it'd be hilarious if this is real and they did call it Flippin' World.
I hope it's not, just because I like to have surprises, but a lot of this seems plausible.
I mean, and that's the best way when people are making fake things like this, if this is not true, is at least make it seem plausible. Right. And nothing on here so far. Like, this is probably the farthest one in, like, the skeptical thing, and it's only because of the name.
Exactly, because we know that it's going to be there. Yeah. Because it's supposed to come out this year, so. The thing that's implausible to me is that Nintendo has something like this, like, on paper. Like, that
that's not weird. I've been in PodCap and everything. Like, we print this stuff out. Like, it's not... shocking that someone would have especially for how much it takes to put these presentations together.
Yeah.
And like who they're coordinating with. Because they're probably working with a number of companies to actually put the presentation together and set up the room. And then this would probably have to go out this would be something you would get at like a management or executive level.
Mm-hmm.
To be like, okay, everyone sign off on this. Like, this is what we would be doing during a presentation, and making sure all the ducks are in a row of, do we have the footage? Where is it? That's the thing about it. I can see this existing totally. Leaking is really crazy.
Right.
But again, like, it only takes one person to be like, I'm going to take a picture of this and put it out. Or someone left it sitting on desk. Someone else took a picture of it.
That sounds likely for sure.
Like, that doesn't surprise me. Like, that's happened so many times. Yep. I looked in the picture on someone's, and it had their monitor up. Oh, what did they have up on their monitor? Oh, the game that they should be showing. So
yeah, I think I saw something like that at Blizzard. So
it totally happens.
Not unlikely.
So that's where I'm like, I could see this totally just had been around.
Right.
And Nintendo's a big company, so.
The next one's interesting because the domain registrar who does everything for Nintendo registered these domains: Pokemon Go Pikachu and Pokemon Go, or not Pokemon Go. God damn it, Let's Go. Thank you. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which I assume are Pokemon. So this one seems legit, even if this whole sheet isn't. Apparently, there's going to be some sort of redo of like Pokemon Yellow. Is it Yellow and Red? Are these ones supposed to be?
Maybe.
That's what the chatter is. It's like going back.
Well, Yellow was a special one. It was Blue and Red was the first one, and Yellow was like a special edition that came out a little later.
Mm. Is that the one that's set in Kanto?
Yeah, the Kanto region.
That's what they said they're going back to for this one. So there's several signs that point to at least this part of it being legit, which
so
means
is this a legit Pokemon then? Like, is this the next one in the main line?
Well, it's some sort of remake or reimagining of earlier ones in the series. According to, like, when some of these things came out, then, like, sources from, like, Kotaku and other websites were like, yeah, we've heard rumblings of this certain thing, and they've confirmed, from their sources, at least, they heard these certain things, and this was one of them. That it wasn't, like, a brand new... It's not like the next step in the series, but it's kind of getting their feet wet on the Switch by redoing some older one and, bringing it up to snuff, but not exactly fully, for Switch.
Giving themselves a few more years to make that, like, completely brand new one.
Right. So, sounds plausible. The next one from the whole list, the next one's the one that makes me think this is fake. And that's F-Zero by Platinum Games. Which the reason why it doesn't seem plausible to me, one, I feel like Nintendo has forgotten about F-Zero completely, but the other leak about the Star Fox Racer, which we'll get to, has confirmed is a strong word, but has been cross-referenced by a lot of reputable sites that they've heard that. So I kind of doubt there would be two racers coming out if
but I don't think this is one. If this leak sheet is true, I don't think this is F-Zero's coming out. It's just a teaser.
Yeah.
So it could literally be just like the logo.
And then
some music, and then you're like, yeah, it'll be a couple years. Does Platinum do racing games?
Not that I know of, but I don't know everything in their catalog. Like fighting games, right? Like third-person action games or whatever. Yeah. 104, 100, 101 or whatever.
Yeah. Not that they can't do it. It's just
yeah.
So this one's a little bit on the
on the side. But
I don't know.
Next one's a goddamn no-brainer.
Yeah, Fortnite. Yeah. That's coming everywhere.
Switch.
Everywhere. Yeah. It's already on mobile, so why not?
Yeah. Oh man, if Fortnite was on Switch, I'd play it a lot more.
All right. So side note on Fortnite. So I don't play it. But I was looking at with my other coworkers, we were talking about just monetization stuff, and man, the Battle Pass is a really good deal.
Really?
Like the way that they do their monetization for Fortnite. Holy crap! Like, talk about like not gouging the consumer and generally feeling good. So it's about $10 for a season, and it gives you XP boost, and it unlocks it so that you can get all the like different tier rewards. So it's just a thing like going like, all right, I'm going to pay my money, and now for this whatever season we're on, I'm a player enjoying this game. I just get all sorts of benefits for playing the game.
You get like all the cosmetics.
Yep. You can just earn all the cosmetic, like extra cosmetics and stuff. It's not loot boxes or anything. It's just
right.
So I'm just like, wow, okay. I can see a player going, I like Fortnite. I play a lot of Fortnite. Here's my $10. Now I get all sorts of benefits while playing the game I already like.
Well, I haven't heard a single person bitch about the monetization for Fortnite, so they must be doing it right.
Yeah, I was just like, I saw it, I read it, and I was just like, wow, okay. Like, even me who doesn't play it, I'm like, that seems reasonable.
Well, that's a nice thing to say to Epic Games, and I have a fuck you for Epic Games. So here's my fuck you. I've been listening to tons of podcasts lately talking about Thanos mode, and I was like, all right, finally, I'm just going to fucking go on and play it. Like, kid goes to sleep. All right, I'm going to log in. I got to download a huge patch. Okay, get the patch. 20 minutes later, finally get the login, and the mode ended like 3 hours before I logged in. God damn it. Like, 1 week is, it's nice to have modes that run for a short amount of time, but it just felt like finally I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I finally have time, with the kid schedule and the final schedule or whatever. And there's a patch. Okay, fine. And then get in and it's gone. Yeah. Ugh. So I heard it was really fun, but I just didn't get a chance to try it. So anyway, I hope it comes to Switch. I think it's a great place for it and obviously can run on it. So
yeah. So they can make even more money off that.
Exactly. And the last thing on this list has been corroborated by Eurogamer and Kotaku and other places too. Not necessarily the title, but apparently Retro Studios, what they've been working on is a Star Fox racing game. A la
dumbest sounding thing I've ever heard.
It sounds like something no one's been asking for.
Well, and I've been thinking about like that no one's been asking. I'm like, fine. There's a lot of things I don't ask for that I really enjoy when it comes out. But this, I'm just like, this is an IP. I'm like, why a racer? Why would I care about racing in Star Fox?
Yeah, I think people were. I don't know why care about Star Fox. Like the last few games have been just abysmal. So,
I honestly feel like if they want to do Star Fox, it's just go back to its roots, basically.
Yeah,
like that's what people want. They don't want the GameCube had the like third person
Dinosaur World or whatever.
Yeah, running around as Fox is in a third person kind of sense, which that's not really Star Fox that people wanted. You had what'd you have? You had I guess you got the Wii U one that just no one really liked.
They tried to go back to their roots, but they tried to jam all the motion control shit into it, and it just made it awful.
Yeah. So, I just feel like that's one that's ready for really going back to its roots. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know if I'm like, is the IP really? Do people really care about Fox? Like, really?
I think because of Smash Brothers, it's really kept Fox and Falco at least, and just in the zeitgeist a little bit. But in terms of the game Star Fox, I don't know, man.
Yeah, this one just seems where I'm like, oh, why is Retro doing this?
I think if it's true, I hope it's a pleasant surprise like Mario and Rabbids was, because when that came out, everyone's like, no one asked for this, and it ended up being amazing.
Exactly.
So that would be something I'd like to see. Something else that's not on this list that I'm hoping we hear on the Nintendo stage, but I seriously doubt we will, is Diablo 3 for Switch. And if my sources are right,
if your sources are, I don't think you'd hear about it here.
Exactly.
If it's going to be out, I feel like it's going to be they're just going to do it at BlizzCon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to be a drop. So I'm like, guess what? We're doing Diablo 3 for Switch. Oh yeah, and it's out right now. Like, go download it.
There's like a 90% chance that I will be at BlizzCon, so I don't know what I would do. I'd go crazy. That'd be awesome.
Well, you better make sure you have your Switch there.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So there's another list of just a few things here, because this was like the main presentation. They have another internal instruction use for Treehouse stuff, which is all stuff you would expect. I mean, it's similar to the stuff above. Star Fox game. Yep, Link's Awakening 3D. So a remake of Link's Awakening. I'm totally on board.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I mean, because I think that a lot of people missed out on that game, honestly.
I never played it, and again, the amount of podcasts I listen to, especially Nintendo-centric, several people who are just like the biggest fans of Zelda are like, Link's Awakening was one of the best Zelda games, and no one played it.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's the same. It's actually like playable on the Yoshi game, if it's really called Flipping Island, the Metroid Prime Renegade. See what that is. I mean, I look at the names that they have here. Like, so if someone just made this up, they did a really good job on like their research on the people that would be involved and guest speakers.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I was just thinking the same thing, and a lot of the Treehouse staff are Treehouse staff that I see in a lot of Treehouse videos. So I don't know. It doesn't. You're right that it makes it look real. I don't think it's that much research though to get most of those names.
Not those names. The people working on the games.
Oh,
the Japanese names.
The developers.
The
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So that's the only one I'm like, okay, that's possible.
I think some of these are true. Some of them are not. I hope in broad strokes, I think that this makes sense. I especially hope that there is another reveal during the Treehouse, kind of like there was with Metroid Return of Samus. Would be nice.
And I could definitely see a Zelda Link's Awakening being that similar to that Metroid reveal.
Yeah, totally.
Being like, hey, there's this older game,
right,
that a lot of people didn't play. That's really awesome. Here's a new version of it. Enjoy.
More power to it, man. Like I was thinking about it yesterday, actually, just looking through the Switch and just like hankering for an RPG. And I'm just like, what is there to play? Like, I want like a portable, good story RPG. I'm like staring at my 3DS. I'm like, they're all on that system. Like, they're not on the Switch yet, but they're all on the 3DS. There's so much on it, and still like such a huge install base that there should be more stuff coming to it. So I'm all for it. Yeah, I know some people are pissed off and just want everything on Switch, but I have both, so I honestly I don't care where it comes.
Yeah, no, stuff will continue to come out in a slower pace, but 3DS still has life in it.
Right. I mean, and a new one. I don't know. Did you get a new one yet?
No, I haven't needed to.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, it just makes it
faster,
more powerful. Just kind of makes it, refreshes it a bit. And what was I going to say? No, I forgot. But just the library, like, you got the DS, all the DS library, the 3DS library. You have the VC for Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and I wish GBA, but I guess that's not going to happen.
No.
So yeah, overall, I think this makes sense for Nintendo. I think what I want to know from you, what's not on here that you want to see or you think you will see?
What I would love to see is an Animal Crossing. I don't think I'm seeing an Animal Crossing, though. I really just don't think that's happening yet. But one day I'll get an Animal Crossing. It'll make me happy.
I wonder if Pocket Camp had been more successful, that maybe it would have...
Yeah, maybe Pocket Camp could be a better game. Whoa.
Throwing shade at Nintendo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I'd never played it, but it sounded not very good.
No. It was none of the charm of Animal Crossing. Like, Animal Crossing is a lot of grind and collecting and everything, but it really doesn't feel like it whenever it's being like pushed on you with timers and
monetized.
Yeah. It just, man, that kind of just crosses the line that you're just like, yeah, no, I'm done.
I know they're going to keep trying to strike gold with the mobile games. I feel like Mario Run was their best game, and Fire Emblem Heroes was their most profitable or smarter. Was their smartest mobile game. And then other than that, those two, like Tamagotchi, or not Tamagotchi, what was it called? That first one.
Miitomo.
Miitomo.
They just shut that down.
Yeah, I saw that. We can no longer check in on our friends, although I don't think it really was.
Yeah.
And then Pocket Camp, not so good. So, well, I guess we'll see what's next. It's going to be Mario Kart, perhaps? Or
Mario Kart, and there's supposedly Zelda as well, somewhere in there.
I wonder what that would look like.
I guess we might see some of that here, maybe?
Yeah, I would assume...
Although I don't... E3 might be a weird place for them to put that. They might do a direct on that later.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, part of the Pokemon collaboration from some of the news sites was that this wasn't going to be an E3 reveal. It's going to be before E3 sometime this week or next week. So I don't know if that's true or not. That's Pokemon seems like a big thing. Yeah, we're pretty close, but it seems like a big thing to reveal at E3. So yeah. We will see. Other news this week about Nintendo, or last week or week before. Yeah. They revealed the Nintendo Switch Online service, $20 a year for playing online with friends, talking to friends through chat and your connections. Phone. Yeah. People are just going to use Discord on their phone. So I don't understand. But the thing that's interesting is that they are basically killing off the Virtual Console brand and putting old retro games on Switch under a new brand. And this one was like Nintendo Entertainment System something.
Yeah, but either
I forget the second part of the subtitle, but
NES Nintendo Switch Online. So right now it's going to be what, 20?
20. They've announced 10 games. Yeah,
and there'll be 20 total, and they're just going to keep rolling out new games, and they'll have new features. And as long as you have the Switch Online plan, you just get them.
And you just get to play these retro games with the online capabilities and whatever else. That seems like a pretty good deal for $20 a year.
$20 a year is a great price when you compare it to PSN and Xbox Live. Like, it's a good price. And then what is it? It's $20, and then it's $35 for a family membership a year, because 20 is like 8. One account,
right?
And it's like the family is like 35 up to 8 accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. They're clearly not price gouging people on this.
No, I feel like 8 friends would just get together and be like, okay, let's do it. I just, compared to like even Netflix, which is like what, $10 a month or whatever, or
11 or 12 now, something like that.
Yeah. And you get access to, tons of content, obviously, but for $20 a year, that's crazy. Crazy.
You get save data cloud backup.
That sucks. That's the only way that you can back up your saves is this way, but for $20 a year, it's worth it.
That's cool for the cloud backup being under $20. They just come on, give away to back up your saves to an SD card, please.
Yeah, or a USB. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just hoping my Switch doesn't die before that happens, so I can back up my Zelda save.
Yeah,
and Mario Odyssey, I guess too.
Yeah. This doesn't blow me out of the water for the online thing, but
definitely,
I'm not upset about it at all. I originally was like, no Virtual Console. Then I read the thing where it's really just a branding thing is going away. Exactly. They're not going to call things the Virtual Console anymore. So,
and it makes sense in terms of monetizing new sales if they do, which doesn't even seem like they're trying to do. But I think it was from the Wii. If you had like Mario 3 on the Wii, if you wanted it on the Wii U Virtual Console, you had to pay like a $2 upgrade fee or whatever. Yeah. So by changing the branding, they sidestep the paying a nominal fee to upgrade it to the Switch version or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It also intimates that there's going to be like a SNES Nintendo Switch Online and a GameCube, whatever. They had talked about a GameCube virtual console for the Wii U that never materialized. So I wonder if that's ever going to happen. Like, I keep wanting to play Sunshine, which I've never played. Like, I could do it on emulator, but I would really like them to re-release that game in some way. But so far, that's not happened.
No.
Well, they're re-releasing the Wii U game so quickly. I would like to see them do something with GameCube other than Wind Waker.
Yeah, no, we'll see what happens here. I assume they just have so many good games. Like, I feel like Nintendo could just run on previous games and remasters for a long time. If they really wanted to. We'll see, though.
Yeah, I mean, especially the Nintendo fans would like to have a lot of their favorite classics in one place, like a really nice HD portable handheld. Like, that's the place where I'd like a lot of those things. And the subscription makes sense in that there won't be competition, perhaps, with third party indie games. Because you're not buying the Super Nintendo games or Nintendo games.
Nope,
you're just
getting
paying the subscription. Yeah, so it's just more about competing with the time the consumer has.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's Nintendo. That
is Nintendo.
Expecting for E3. One last question. I know I keep asking this question, but in terms of Smash, they always end with like the one last character.
I saw some rumors.
Yeah?
That I thought, and the one that did make me go, I could see that. Simon Belmont.
Oh, God, I wish.
Castlevania characters. I was like, totally. Like,
top 3.
Let's do it. It's time for a Castlevania character to show up.
God, I hope so. That's my top 3. Wish. I want. I've heard rumors about Crash Bandicoot because that's coming on Insane Trilogy. I could see that. So that, and also someone was talking about Microsoft cross-pollinating with Nintendo and getting Banjo-Kazooie and having Phil Spencer on the direct or whatever. That would be interesting, but it seems unlikely.
I mean, they're across the street from each other here. In Redmond.
But NOA doesn't really call the shots. But It would be nice. It'd be cool to see, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm still going with Castlevania. I want that.
I want that so bad. So I fingers crossed, if Konami's realizes they still own video game stuff. I guess they do because they published Metal Gear Survive this year. So yeah. It's been quite a year already. Let's move on to Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. So I think we're both at roughly the same place.
We both picked up Magus, I assume.
Yes. And this is where I then went to my previous game that I had. Mm-hmm. And because I'm like, man, I'm past this. I'm in the fated hour in that game. But I don't have Magus. Yeah, I totally killed Magus in that game. I was like, why don't I have Magus?
You fought him then, huh?
I totally fought him in that game. In my previous one. In this one, I did not. I did not fight him, and I got him. So There we go. I'm like, why? How am I in the... Because I've always been looking at save, and I'm like, how am I in the fated hour and I don't have Magus? That's how I fought him.
Been something that's been in the back of my mind, because I knew that twist. I've heard about that twist before, so it was kind of spoiled for me. So I knew at some point I would get him. I didn't know how. And then I figured, I probably shouldn't fight him, because it didn't seem too adversarial in this moment where you find him on the cliff overlooking whatever. So I got him in my party and went back to the end of time, where I found out that old man was like the guru of time or something like that, or whatever his actual name was.
Yeah, Melchior?
And that's
Melchior?
No, not Melchior. No, that's a different guy. It was Elmwood or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's where I stopped. So I haven't gone on since then.
Yes, we were in the same spot there. We got through the prison, the plane, defeated everything we needed defeated in the Time of Magic, whatever it was.
Yeah, and there was an interesting... I went back and looked at a write-up of this section after I beat it, and it was talking about the Golem, I think it was, where he won't kill you. You can beat him if you want, but if you don't, then eventually the time will run out and you'll just leave and go on to the next stage.
I would have never thought to do that.
Me neither. I think it was Isla and someone else, and I wanted to try Beast Toss because I've never done it before. And Beast Toss hit him for 3,000 damage. Whoa. So I was like, yeah. So I did 3 or 4 of those and he was dead. And I was like, well, this is really easy if that was supposed to be a boss. Yeah, I thought it was, I think we're at the point now where the side quests are going to open up.
Yes, this should be the fated. I think there might be a little bit more to do before getting to the fated hour, but we're pretty much there. It's and it's still weird how much I don't remember about this.
Well, it's interesting in terms of the way the pacing is laid out. We're close to the end. We could go to Lavos pretty soon and beat the game. But right before then, you have all these side quests you can do that would, I assume, take many hours to complete all
Some
of the
of them take a little bit longer than others, and they will affect... I don't know if they affect the ending you get or not, or can, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never beat it, so I don't know. So yeah, I feel like I'm ready to finish it, though.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to dabble in the side stuff just to see what it feels like. And
There's one side thing I want to do.
The Sun Palace one or the
No,
Sun Rock?
the one that deals with Robo. Like, not taking him back, but you do you care about random spoilers or anything?
I do not.
So there's a point, it's with, is it Fiona?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, you leave Robo in the past.
For good?
Yeah, you, like, basically, like, leave him with Fiona and stuff to take care of this chapel.
Mm-hmm.
Church and stuff, and you, like, and then you jump, I think you leave him in 600 and you jump to 1,000 and but he's been there for 400 years and you get him, like, you repair him and get him back into your party. But he's been, like, cool, protecting this place for hundreds of years.
Wow, I like that.
It was a really cool, and that's the picture of Robo I have on my wall.
Uh-huh.
It's him busted down in that church. Like that's the one I bought from the PopCap artist.
Yeah.
And it was just it's just like a really poignant little story.
I like that. That sounds really, like, impactful.
Yes.
So I'm definitely going to try to do that one then, although unfortunately it will call my Robo Wally because I did that stupid decision. I know. At the time, it seemed like a good idea. Now, it sounds like a terrible idea. Well, just don't fucking
You're like, that's
Frog.
still a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's still a good idea. Although I think I probably would have done Robin instead, which is,
okay.
Robin. But I think when I got Magus, I told you I named him like Gandalf or something, which I did not, because Magus seems like an actual name as opposed to like just a descriptor. Like, this frog is a frog, this robot's a robo. Like, yeah, a little more creative. Although then I did stupid names. But anyway, I think we're a couple weeks away from having beat this game.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm super excited about that. So
I've been listening to a discussion on Chrono Cross as well.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to because I owned it at one point. I never beat it, but I was like, fine. I just want to listen to this to get an understanding again. It is definitely a sequel to Chrono Trigger. In a weird way. Like, not in a, like, same character kind of way, but it crosses paths, crosses time with Chrono Trigger. Like, same. So there's definitely something there. Like, the discussion I was listening to on a YouTube video was talking about how they really enjoyed the game, but feels like its execution on its ideas kind of failed. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot more just telling and not a lot of showing. So and there's a lot of really dense ideas in Chrono Cross. I knew that. So it's really hard to wrap your head around exactly what's going on.
So not exactly a successful follow-up to this one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah. And I'm very curious, though. Again, like, is that why they haven't done any kind of re-release of Chrono Cross?
Mm-hmm.
But it still feels like they re-release Chrono Trigger all the time.
That's the thing that's confusing, is that they are really writing the re-releases of this game, but not doing anything new with it. Yeah. So, I don't know. But at the same time, they're creating a lot of new games. So, like, Octopath Traveler looks pretty damn interesting. Yes. So yeah, a couple more weeks, we'll probably get through it. But in the meantime, we've both probably had a little bit of time to play other games this week.
I have had a little bit of time.
What have you been playing?
More Deadfire.
Still enjoying it?
I'm still really enjoying that game.
Good.
It is Pillars of Eternity, but better.
Yeah.
I did learn that you could probably beat the game in about 26 minutes if you really wanted to.
Like a Far Cry 4 kind of thing?
Like, I don't know how they do it, but I've seen legitimate things saying, like, you can beat the game in about a half an hour.
Wow.
If you, push the main line.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to me if you could actually do that, but sure.
Is that because of some sort of bug, or that was by design?
I think by design. Like, if people just want to burn through the main story. Mm-hmm. But that's where I feel like some people are giving it. They're not feeling it as long, or there's a lot of side stuff to do and a lot of exploration if you want to. But if you just want to play the main story, you could probably get through the game quickly. It might, because I think you can actually, it's an option at the beginning of the game. You can turn on level scaling, and you can say, okay, level scale the main stuff, the main quest. So I mean, it could level scale it down to you,
right?
So you could just play it and just beat it, like super low level,
right?
Which I'm like, fine. Like, if you want to play it that way, go ahead, whatever. Like,
well, it's nice for the game to let you play it however you want.
Exactly. I'm like, why is that a knock against a game if it's just going to let you play it?
Well, yeah,
how you want to play it.
You don't have to do that.
No. Most people I've heard, like, Streamer did his kind of review on it that I was watching some, and he really enjoyed it, really liked it. Thumbs up, and it took him like 68 hours to play through the game. And he was like completely happy. He's like, that's great. I enjoyed it. I loved it. And he's like, as I found, everything is voice acted, and it's voice acted reasonably well, and it's really enjoyable to have everything voice acted. So it just adds to the immersion of the game. Good writing. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I want to keep playing more of it.
The more I read about it and hear about it, the more I want to play Divinity Original Sin 2 this summer.
Yeah, I definitely, once that game gets out there, I want to play it co-op.
Yeah, I'd like to see what the price will be for the summer sale and see if it makes sense for us to try that. Because I think once we're past E3, my finals will be done and your E3 will be done. We might have time to do once a night co-op, or not once a night, once a week co-op or something.
Yeah, and then I actually started playing the Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh yeah, Strange Journey.
Strange Journey. Oh my god, the opening takes so long. It's such a JRPG. I seriously, I'm like not 2 hours. I'm like probably an hour in, and I'm finally doing combat.
Dang.
It was just a lot of talking back and forth, and like I'm finally getting into the meat of the, like, at least something of the game. But it's super strange. Holy crap.
It was like aliens in Antarctica or something?
It's Antarctica, like alternate world, but it's demon. I mean, it's my introduction to this whole thing is through Persona, but it's like the demons in Persona. Like the Personas. So, I don't know. It's super weird. The little alternate dimension reality that's growing in Antarctica has a German name. Like, I don't know. It's so JRPG, like, crazy. But I'll keep playing more of it. It's a great portable game. I mean, you're talking about big RPGs on a portable. Like, this would be it. Like, yep, I can just wander around my 3DS and play this thing.
Plus, I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking at great length about this game, and that what made me think, oh yeah, the DS is the place where all those games are at that I'm wanting on the Switch. Yeah, because they're on my PS4, but I don't play that very often. I'm usually playing portable if I play anything. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I need to beat Persona 5 before I jump into anything like that, because that just 9 at the back of my head. But I turn on my PS4, have a chance to play, and what do I turn on? I turn on Horizon Zero Dawn, like an idiot. Goddamn, that game's amazing.
But you finally made it through this.
Finally got the Meridian. Yeah, like I put 17 hours in. No, sorry, 15 hours into the game. I'm level 17. I finally get the Meridian. And I know I was talking to you, looking at my save file, it was like November. I was talking to you then, how do I get into Meridian? And you're like, oh, there's just like an elevator or something. I couldn't find it anywhere.
There's an elevator, and then there's just also a path on one side of it. You can go up one mesa next to it, and there's a bridge that goes over to it. Right. Like,
so what I did was warp to a campfire and then just walk right up to it somehow. Somehow I'd hit a campfire that was close to it. And then I came down the elevator and realized, oh, that's where I was running around looking for someone to go up. There was a switch on the wall that I never saw, like a moron. So you know how you like walk away from something and you're like, oh, that's what happened. And when I was in Meridian, finally getting all these side quests and then progressing the main quest, I realized this game's amazing. Like everything clicked. Like everything, like all I can think about is this game now. And I put I think 3 hours into it this week. And all I want to do is play this game. It's gorgeous on 4K, first of all.
Oh, God. That's right. But, you're a pro.
God, yeah. A pro with 4K is so good looking. And the combat was fun as fuck, man. I got like this side quest. I have it on normal. And I had to fight like these glitter hawks and some other, I don't know what they're called. But they're giving me like a run for my money. And I was like dodging and like looking at their weaknesses and figuring out exactly how to hit them and timing things right. And it just, I won with like a sliver of health, and it just felt exhilarating. God, I know what happened. Zelda happened.
It did.
But if Zelda didn't happen, I would have gotten to Meridian a couple hours later and been like, this is the game. I need to see this game through. Now I'm just like, keep God of War for a little bit longer. I'm going to keep playing this game.
Okay.
So it's just, it's, wow, it is good. I texted my friend Brad here, who is kept bugging me to get back to the game. I was like, yeah, it's not really for me. Now I'm just like, yeah, I get it now. I'm in. I gotta beat Chrono Trigger, and then I'm in all in on this game.
Yeah, no, it really is a great game, and I mean, it's sold really well, and it's been very well received. And I think really just releasing next to Zelda was probably didn't do the best for it for perception wise.
Right.
From just a general, like, when you think back on time, it's like, well, I was playing Horizon and then Zelda came out, and they're kind of doing somewhat the same thing, the open world thing. And I would say that Horizon's combat is really fun. It has a great design to it, but it doesn't really innovate on open world all that much.
No, it definitely seems samey.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's just like, it's secure in its open world. It's like, we know what's been done before, we will do that. Where Breath of the Wild and Nintendo was like, we're going to show you a new way to do open world.
Yeah. When I keep wanting to climb everything with Aloy, obviously, and that's not working.
No.
But also a different podcast I was listening to, and yes, dear listener, I listen to like dozens of hours of podcasts every week because I'm with my baby, rocking her, holding her, whatever. They said, don't be afraid to just fast travel. Like, if you need to go somewhere, just fast travel. Don't try to, cross the terrain.
No.
Like, and it's like, oh, that kind of gave me permission to do that a bit more, and it's actually sped things up and made things a little better.
It's the best way to go about it, unless there's like something specific you want to do on the way there.
Right.
But even then, just get the closest campfire to there. Like,
yeah.
I can't remember if there was a trophy to get all the campfires.
Probably. There's looking at that map, it's just like cluttered. It's like Ubisoft syndrome,
But you don't have to collect everything. I remember that.
I'm probably not going for the platinum for this game. So I'm just going to, if I happen to stumble across things, like there was a metal flower.
You have to get, that's true. To get them all, you have to get the metal flowers. You have to get the,
like the coffee cups or
the relics. Yeah.
Yeah. Relics. The vantage
and then
points.
You have to get the tribe, the llamas and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like
those things down.
That's
training dummies or whatever.
Yeah. You have to do those. Yeah. You have to get those. And then there's like the climbing puzzles.
Climbing puzzles.
Kind of. They're just like, they have like tribal symbols on like cliffs and stuff, and you need to traverse up because there's a shrine up there that you need to pick up a figure from.
Oh, okay. Like
you'll find those on
figures or whatever.
Yeah, and so there's like the 3 different collectibles. You have to collect all of those, and that actually wasn't terribly hard. There wasn't a lot of them, and
well, I spent a couple minutes looking for a metal flower near where I was at, and I was like, yeah, never mind, forget this. And then I went up and completed a private side quest, and during the side quest, I stumbled across it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's probably the better way to do this. Like, if I happen to stumble across it during the side quest, then that's fine. Otherwise,
and that's the thing. I think that's why I got the platinum, is because I was just doing all these side quests and things like that, and I collected a large amount of these side things, and so it was really quick for me to be like, all right, let me just finish this.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened with me with Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where I loved it. I did everything I could, and along the way, I found a bunch of collectibles. And by the end, I needed 3 of each category, so I just went around and got them. So I got really close to the platinum. Still need to finish a couple story missions on like they have the conditions. You have to meet all the conditions basically. So I haven't done that. That's that and that fucking run over 95,000 things or whatever. Is what I need to do to get the platinum. So anyway, I'll get there eventually. Totally. Not much gaming time, so doing something like that's not really what I want to do with my time.
You can just stick your baby on it.
Yeah, just have her.
Just have her just be like, all right, just press. You're just going to hit this button and you're just going to move the joystick and hit things. Cool.
Well, every once in a while she sees my PlayStation controller and she reaches out for it and I give it to her. And every single time she holds the power button down until it turns on. Like, just the first thing she does is put her finger on the PlayStation button and holds it down until it turns on.
Well, now she knows.
Yeah, pretty much. I wish you could turn that beep off, by the way. That is really annoying.
Yeah.
I guess I could open it up and cut the wire or whatever, but I don't know if that's possible. I probably won't do that.
Don't do that.
But it is pretty annoying. Anyway, that was our E3 prediction episode discussion for Nintendo, and then what we're playing. Next week, we will be here talking about what should be hopefully the most interesting Xbox. If they don't bring it, man.
It's going to be sad if they don't bring it. They need something.
Yeah, sure is. So yeah, we'll be here next week. This was episode 140. He is at Summer Speak. I am at Prof Plays Games, and we'll be here playing video games, and we'll see you next week.
Later.